Welcome back to the All Outdoors Photography Podcast, where we share experiences out in the field and educate others through landscapes, wildlife, macro, and more, with photographers from around the world.
Yes, and in today's episode, this special two-part episode series, we're talking all about our biggest week trip and just recapping some of the highlights and just everything about that trip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we left off on day 4, I believe. So yeah, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, I highly suggest you listen to the previous episode because it's kind of crucial. Because we're kind of be tying things in. So that's linked down below. So make sure you guys listen to that. And yeah, so we'll just get right back to where we started or where we left off. So
yeah, sounds good. So this next day, we both got up bright and early, and we at this point you already done your 2 workshops, and like you're pretty much fairly an open book, and I was too for most of the trip really. So I just want to spend time shooting with you and all that stuff. So like we went to Maumee Bay. Finally, without all the rain, but it was a nice early morning. It's gorgeous light, and like we hit the boardwalk. One of the first things is like this great egret, which by the way stuck around that same area.
Oh my god, yeah,
it was there every time I went. Like, and I went a couple more times.
Yeah,
like it was so cool.
Awesome.
Frame filling.
And those egret oh my god, they were insane.
I got like 3 shots. One's a little shadowed, like because it turned its head like slightly, but then like once it turned its head a little bit to its right, the sunrise light just like hit it like gracefully all over the beak, the side of like the neck, and it like lit up that yellow eye ring, and it was just dude, and that's just like a headshot, but like that's how close I could. It
was magical
in focus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I even zoomed out
like,
too. Got some 300 millimeter stuff. Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, some verticals, which now I've learned from this trip that you kind of shy away from verticals. Or you just don't do them. It's okay.
Until the last day.
I bet all of Maumee Bay heard me though, because I was like, what? Because I was like, you don't? Like, you're missing out, man.
How I explained it to Ryan is it's just one element that I can't think about out in the field. Like, I think about so much stuff, I just kind of block it out of my mind. Yeah.
But it's funny you say that, because then I can argue for me, it's like, well, that's probably why my photos are out of focus and I overexpose, because I'm focused on composition a lot more. Maybe, if that sounds right to you. That might be it.
Yeah, like, I mean, I try with composition, but for me, it's basically rule of thirds. Have the animal looking into the frame. That's like that's my composition thing. I don't like centered. That's pretty much it. Fair. So yeah.
No, that's a good guideline. Rules to live by. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but just it was just cool to have that egret little moment, and then like we went like a few feet maybe further on the boardwalk, just once again taking our time. Like no one was really out at that point, because not many people go on that boardwalk really. At least
which
not
is
that
sad.
far.
I mean, it's so good.
It's a different feel from McGee really. Like McGee's kind of like sensory overload, and like just it's a shooting gallery is what I call it.
It's a more brushy, much more brushy and like scrubby habitat.
Oh yeah, I was just going off feeling, but yeah, you're right. It's like definitely habitat's a different feel, but like Maumee just feels a lot more spaced out. Like everything's kind of pushed back from the boardwalk. It gives you some space to, I don't know, see more, I guess, in a way. Because like at McGee, it's like everything, that scrubby understory and like the shrubs are all right there, like along the edges of the boardwalk. But like Maumee's just a lot more spaced out. But we went anyways. We went like a little bit further down. And this is the coolest thing, man. Prothonotary warbler, like right in front of our faces.
Golden light.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. And like the shots.
He was calling, he was singing, he was just right there. Yeah.
And like I was holding my camera steady to get some, like, because it moved fairly fast. But this one was really cooperative. This individual. And like if it had its head facing straight for its body, it was like shadow. But like I'd wait for that moment, compose the shot, pre-focused. It would turn its head and kind of like look in our way, which would be off to its side, because birds' eyes are off to the side of their heads, and like the light would just hit that head like this bright, vibrant orange yellow, but like the rest of the body is kind of darker. And it's just like the coolest looking thing, man. And like blue sky behind it. I isolated perch. I mean, just the cleanest background besides maybe cloning out like
there's some orange and
branch.
Blue too, kind of with the trees. And the like the marsh too. It was
it was like clean looks at it too. Like nothing really, like the background wasn't too messy. Like just
and you
like
don't get that at McGee. So yeah, that's a big difference.
Most of the time, yeah, you
yeah.
don't. Mm-hmm. You really don't. It's tougher, I would say. But and like I'm looking at some now. It's like I took so many different. It's crazy. I took like 7 different compositions because it would hop up somewhere, but still kind of eye level. I take some shots, it bounce somewhere else. Like, and like the shots, man, were like killer. Like the lichen on this one I'm looking at, it has like an L shape in the branch, but it's like this the branch is jutting out horizontally, like left to right, right to left, across the frame, and like just the bird, man, just right there. It's just a simple shot, composition wise, but like just the lighting's impeccable. I mean, like it's crazy.
Yeah, it was just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
word for it.
Some of the best lighting. And then there's like, I'm looking at some more here. I can't believe how many different of the same bird, the same individual. The last ones I took, I framed up. There's like some blue sky, still eye level, still sunrise light, but I framed it where there's a tree trunk like out of focus in the background, and I lined it up so the bird was offset against that instead of the sky, and it was like just little details. And then it's like once again facing me. I mean, it's rule of thirds, but like it's facing kind of like off to the side, which kind of like looks like it's looking at us. But like just the little details like that, I've learned over time really add up. Like whether people like pick up on them or not, it's just kind of like it's just good stuff, I think, to really think about. It's like, how do I offset it from the background if I want to? But
it was definitely interesting, and it stuck around. I mean, it didn't stay on the same perch, but like it was right above us. It was a little bit higher than us, but it was like right there for a long time. So it was awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, at the moment felt like it lasted forever, but it was probably like 2-3 minutes max, I'm guessing. Like it was pretty brief, like most of these birds.
It was probably less than a minute, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Felt like a forever.
No, I'm looking at the times here. It was really just kind of go. Like it was just.
Huh.
For a bird, that's a lot though. A minute, like really, mean, would you ever get more time than that? Honestly.
I guess I'm just surprised for that early in the morning. I got like so many sharp and focused, like well composed shots. You know, because that was like one of the first. Besides the egret, it was like the second thing we saw, and I'm just like, dang, like the amount of different poses I got was like incredible. Like, but that's honestly one of my favorite, probably my favorite warbler, maybe top 3 definitely. Favorite maybe, just because they look cool. I love the color. They're just the habitat they're in is really neat to me. Like I just feel like it's such a cool habitat. It's pretty easy, I'd say, to find them. I mean, like the habitat that they're in, that is, but like even that bright colors as offsets, and they're actually I think they're the only warbler in Ohio that actually natively nest here, like breeding.
Oh wow!
Like because they're actually little fun fact. They're a cavity nester, which means they're like one of the few, or they're one of the handful of birds that nest in trees, like woodpecker holes and stuff. So it's pretty interesting. Yeah, but I think that they're the only warbler that does that here in the state. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
and they're pretty well known too. Even like the hunters, and because hunters will spend a lot of times in swamps, so it's kind of a very popular bird,
right?
Amongst kind of the outdoor community for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So after that, we kind of walked a fair distance before really. I didn't take any photos really for a while, probably over half an hour, and then I got some tree swallows just perched on some like stumps and stuff. So like really like clean kind of.
I got one good
in
shot
frame,
like a golden light. Yeah, medium in frame. It's probably the same frame.
mid ground, I think is the word.
Yeah.
You said small in frame so much on the trip. I was like, what do you call? I don't know, the opposite. It's like
Well, you see, I actually didn't do a lot of small in frame. Like I did medium in frame.
You know,
like you said. Yeah. Well, yeah. It was
everything
impossible.
was like
they're too close. Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like everything was so
even
close.
like on the boardwalk, even 100 millimeters, that would be like medium in frame. Like. Yeah.
I mean, there's a few moments I just gave up on a shoot because I'm like, you're too close, and I just kind of sat there and like looked down right in front of me, or like I took out my bins maybe, or I had them. I mean, but like, yeah, I was just kind of like there's a lot of moments just overall that I was just like, more or less just kind of reluctantly gave up. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna enjoy it, just watch them, You know.
Well,
I don't have to get a photo.
speaking of bends,
Oh, this is the part. Nice segue.
yeah.
By the way.
First of all, we had an amazing. I don't know if you even remember this. We had an amazing shoot with a marsh wren.
Yeah, I was about ready to get to that.
That was awesome. I got a killer shot.
It was cool because I pointed this out to you in the moment. It was like, because it was along this boardwalk part. Mommy Bay, that part is all boardwalk, but like it was the section where you get up to this observation tower, and like this older couple, they like were walking opposite of us, and they like pointed out to us. It was like there's a bunch of marsh wren, because I was wondering, their like common song. I guess I was just not familiar with. Actually, I think it was a lifer for me actually. Yeah.
Same here.
So
Yeah.
and then. But I kept hearing it when we got to that stretch, if you remember, but like going towards the observation deck, it's a pretty long distance, straight away, and like I kept hearing it. I'm like, what is that? And then they said there's a bunch of marsh wrens. If you, they'll perch up right on the marshy stuff, and like perch up there high and sing, and like
the sun was low enough, like you could backlight it.
Yeah, still low. Yeah, it's getting about probably 9 or 10. I think it's still pretty early. But it was, I think the neatest part was just from a lighting standpoint, is that with the sun off to one side, you could almost choose which side you want to take, like what kind of photos do you want to make. So I took some at first of the what would be considered backlit, and then like I switched around to the other side and got some of these marsh wrens front lit. And it's just like really cool to see the difference. Yeah, just from like turning around. And I'm much more of a front lit kind of guy. Like backlighting's cool and adds drama, but like I don't do it well enough like some people. But like I like a nice solid front lit portrait of birds. So I prefer those shots a little bit more. But like it was just cool to get that kind of like difference and see that firsthand with the same subject.
Yeah, I think I kind of took a different direction. I focused on backlight like entirely with that. I don't know if you got this, but I was able to get kind of the light poking through in like these bokeh balls, and then the light hit like the nesting material of the marsh wren perfectly, and it like put like a ring around them, and I really like it.
Interesting. Yeah, I need to see that, because I kind of get what you're saying, but yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I'll definitely put it in the slideshow too, if you guys want to take a look as well.
Yeah, that sounds good, man. Yeah.
So
that's another thing.
Yeah.
And then I gotta add in that I'm pretty basic, but like I'm not gonna pass up opportunity for common species. So while we're doing the marsh wrens in between that, there's a red-winged blackbird that perched like right in front of me on like an old cattail, and like
we were on the observation deck too, right?
This is like just at the steps of it, like it wasn't high up, but it was like eye level. This male red-winged blackbird, and this is like a classic shot I've seen a million times, but it's like an all. Just picture this. I'll put it in the slideshow, I guess. All beige. Clean,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And it's like facing me. It's front lit. It's on this one cattail that's in focus. The bird's in focus, and it's
I got the same exact shot.
The same shot, and I got one with the membrane too in the same pose, which is neat. But like I got like, this is like one of those shots that bugs me. I like wanted to get, even though I know everyone has one in their portfolio. So I was like kind of glad about it. I was like, finally, I got this off my chest. Like I've been kind of needing it for a while, as common as they are everywhere. I was like, okay, I guess I got it here. That's cool. But
yeah,
and that was one of the best shots of the trip, honestly, is the common species. But you know, hey, it's cool.
All right, so you post the nictitated membrane, I'll post the eye. Just kidding.
But I like the eye one better.
Nah, I'm joking, yeah.
But no, it's all good. I get it. But it's like the same pose too. It's just the eye. Like I said, that little burst mode, just little micro movements, I guess.
Were you R5'd at that point, or had you been DR5?
Good question. I was back on ADD at that point.
Got it. Okay, nice.
Yeah, I only shot on that. I think it was that first or second day I was there for the trip. So I basically had a whole day with the R5.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I was back on my old ADD.
Yeah. Well, so next, so a little context.
Oh yeah, back to the bins. Yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned this in my Florida episode. I lost my kind of pretty nice binoculars in the ocean. It got swept away. So for Biggest Week, I mean, I knew I'd be seeing tons of birds. You have to get some kind of binoculars. So I bought Walmart's, I don't even know what brand it was. Was it Vortex? No, not Vortex. No, Vortex are a good brand. What's it called? I don't know what it's called. But
what's that Walmart brand?
Yeah.
Like Walmart has like a in-store brand. What's it called?
Tasco?
Not Field and Stream.
Oh, Tasco.
Tasco? Is that it?
I think so.
Okay. I thought it was something else, but anyways.
Tascam? Okay, I don't know what it was. But, very cheap Walmart. It did the job. Good magnification. But, chromatic aberration out the wazoo and stuff. So I got a cotton carrier that week. That was great. Good new product to use. But I didn't put the attachment on correctly, like on my side mount. So I was bending over at the boardwalk. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was
trying to
looking for more margarine. Yeah. Maybe.
I think you're like you knelt down. I think, and there was like there was no railing actually on like most of the boardwalk there, but like, oops.
I was tying my shoe. I think actually. Yeah.
But you're like looking over the edge of the.
Yeah, and there went the binoculars. So they hit the water, sunk instantly in the mud, instantly took it. I mean, after about a minute, it was gone.
I could see the reflection of like one of the lenses, but I'm like, dude, that's at least half a foot in there, like deep.
And I knew if I got in there, I'd disturb the marsh wrens, and I'd break up the mud, and I was like, it's not worth it. And then later on, I picked up some really good Zeiss binoculars, so I was able to deal with that. So that was good. It was kind of magical.
Talk about an upgrade, though.
Yeah. No, yes. Yeah, Zeiss. Yeah. I could talk about it. Zeiss was kind enough to. In the next week or so here, I'm going to be getting a really high quality Zeiss binoculars. It's kind of in between that compact size and the full size, which I really like. It's got great magnification. I was able to sit down with the guy and kind of explain my needs for my birding. It was crazy though, because that was literally I lost my binoculars. Hour later, we go to the optics booth and I pick up new binoculars. So it worked out.
Yeah. Such is life, right? You drop one, you get a new one.
Yeah.
You just tell them to make sure it works well when you submerge it.
Yep.
Just messing with you. No, that's cool, man. I remember you walked up to me when we were at the optics alley. You're like, I just got a free pair of Zeiss binoculars. I was like, what? What'd you do to get those? It's like a brand deal for the show? Or yeah, it was like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was a bummer in the moment for the first pair a little bit. Because you and I both considered it. I was like, man, I wish I had my tripod or monopod because I could probably fish it out maybe. Possibly. But I was like, dude, I don't think this is worth it. No. That boardwalk's up pretty high too.
Oh yeah.
So we cut our losses. Yeah, and then we just basically turned around and went back. So we're on the second half of this big loop, and we started getting some really good action with red-headed woodpeckers in particular.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
about you,
but
it's my favorite pair.
Yeah?
Not favorite pair, favorite species of woodpecker.
Yeah, I mean, they're one of those, I don't see them every day, so people get them in their backyards here, which is nuts. But anyway,
I'm jealous.
Where I'm at, yeah, somehow it depends on your habitat, I guess.
We don't have them in Louisville, so.
Oh really, dude? Yeah, So I kept hearing them, and then finally I was getting some good. We were getting some good looks at them on the second half of the boardwalk, and get some nice, kind of messy comps, but it was blue skies, pleasant. They'd be on some ran over some fallen trees halfway, where it's kind of
not quite portfolio quality, I would say, but really good. Definitely my best front lit images of these birds for sure.
I got one solid one where it's actually really close up, and it's hard getting these woodpeckers, which I mean with any wildlife observation, you just kind of observe them, and I noticed they'd perch just right, a profile view from certain points where we're at. And so I just have to make sure I get that shot quick enough because they instantly rotate, while clinging to the tree to the other side where I can't see them.
Oh,
and
wow.
then they'd rotate around and do a spiral.
Oh yeah.
So I had to be quick, but we kept seeing them go to the same holes or the same trees with holes, that is. And I just had to be quick enough to when they perch, because they're going to instantly just kind of I guess shimmy, if that's the right word, to the other behind the tree, so I couldn't see them from my view. So but I got one pretty good shot. It's actually pretty well lit. I like the composition. It's clean blue sky behind it. Yeah, I mean, so I'm happy with that at least. But yeah, the cool
Nice.
bird, love him. They're great one to find in the wetlands, so like this was perfect for it too.
Yeah, you'll get him guaranteed at Mommy Bay, no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, dude, I went back a few more times that week, and like every time I heard him, saw him, like it became the yellow warbler of that place. Like, as stuck up as that sounds, yeah.
If you guys go, you'll know what we mean. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then from there we just basically made our way back. We're getting pretty close to the start again. I did some like a quick little shoot of like the snake, get some close ups.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Quite a few of them. Yeah, there's a few of them sunning, and I got like some of the entire expanse of the snake like stretched out, or just rather the whole snake that is. And I got some like real close ups of the headshots. It was just covered in all the green kind of algae looking stuff.
No, yeah, that was great. And I've been kind of like looking at the scales. It's so cool seeing them interlock like that.
And it was neat seeing them like glide against this water. Like it's just kind of like to see this S curve like just slowly meandering, and like the shots, it's like an all green kind of like textured shot, but like you just get this like snake that just stretches across the frame.
A little bit creepy, I'm not gonna lie, but luckily we were elevated.
Yeah, a little unsettling to say the least. But yeah, I think that was it for Mommy, and then we went to Ottawa like midday.
Yeah,
we just kept on going.
Yeah, that was awesome. So we did the wildlife drive. That was
so cool.
Super cool.
It's just such a neat, like, you don't get that anywhere else. Like where I'm at, like you don't get this
I've got
kind of
one
thing.
spot 2 hours, hour and a half away that you can do a wildlife drive, but Ottawa's like way more expansive than that. And that was huge. We spent 2 hours driving, I think.
I think, I will say that like Ottawa is the only national wildlife refuge in the whole state, so that was pretty cool just to be there for that alone. I think it's like something like 13,000 acres just there. It's like protected land. It's crazy, and most of it's accessible either by on foot, or in this case the car. But that drive is like, we spent a good couple hours because we just kind of like go off roadside and see some. That was when I finally saw trumpeter swans. We had a few good moments with like spotting some dunlins out in the distance, some bald eagles, of course. We did see those.
I missed the shot of them taking off. It was out of focus, but I got like really good perched bald eagles with juveniles. And we actually sat in our car, or on my car, to get the best angle.
You popped the sunroof. We're once again carpooling together. You popped sunroof, literally got on top of the car. I was like sticking my head out and just like elbow like bracing the camera and stuff. It was really fun. And there's a lot of people around, of course, driving and making their way around. But yeah, it was cool seeing the adults and then like the juvenile eagles just perched together and then taking off every now and then. Yeah, it was really,
we saw the eagles. That's for sure.
From there, I think I got like a great crested flycatcher. But it was like in the shrubs. It's kind of shadowy, but it is a crappy shot. But that was like my first one I saw of the trip.
I do not remember that whatsoever.
It was an afterthought, like after the eagles. I think I told you to like slow down for a moment because I was trying to identify it. I was like, I knew it's a flycatcher, but it was like an all yellow underside, so I think it was a great crested.
Yeah,
but it was not. It was not. You weren't missing much, honestly.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'll show you. It's like in shadow. It's got branches. It's like just dark and.
We did. We heard sandhill cranes though, so that was cool.
Yeah, it's funny that whole week I kept hearing them, but I didn't see them. Like they're so elusive, vocal but elusive. Like just never got to. I still to this day have never seen one on the ground. I've seen a couple flyovers and I've heard them like in this case, but like never have seen them. Never photographed them. It's weird.
Yeah, it depends on their area really, because that place in Indiana they're pretty skittish too, pretty elusive. But
really?
In Michigan, I can literally sit at their feet. It's insane. So it really depends on the area, and like versus like the warblers here are very cooperative, but in Michigan the warblers will fly away instantly. But yeah, it's kind of it's bait and switch, kind of a trade almost.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Ottawa's great. Just doing that drive pretty much.
Yeah, and do that. I would do that in the harsh light. I'd recommend. You know, you're tired.
Yeah.
You're hot. You know, it's nice to just kind of drive around and just, you know. Got to see what's there. It's cool.
Yeah, it's a good midday thing I think to check out, but it's probably even better, earlier, later in the day, I guess. But yeah, it was a good time. That's a great place. That's literally down the road from McGee. Like it borders it in terms of the habitat, and it's well worth the visit for there alone too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So, we took probably our smallest break of all. Just because we spent more time at Ottawa.
Did we take a break?
Did we? Yeah, we took a little break.
I guess we took a break like every day, but yeah, it was definitely like, all right, let's go. Like nap maybe, and then go. But
we went to
back to
Metzger
McGee
again. Oh, wait.
No, we went to McGee again.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, and I got
warbling
really
Furio.
yeah, and really good. I got really good blue wing shots, which I was stoked about.
Oh, that's right. That was a blue wing night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, that was cool.
It may have been the blue golden wing hybrid too, because that was in that tree. I think
Roosters?
It actually was. Is
You have to check.
Is that what it's called? I don't know how to tell.
It's called. It's just literally looks like a combination of the two, kind of like certain features, but like it's called a Brewster's warbler.
Well, see, I didn't have a shot of the wings, so I can't totally tell. But it was either that or the Brewsters. Yeah.
Dude, that'd be so. I mean, regardless, it's a cool find.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, either way, sure. But that's awesome.
Yeah,
that was a good find. You got some great photos of that, I remember, but I didn't really get any. I don't think of the blue winged.
Yeah, it was starting to get crowded, and I don't think you could actually get to me to get the angle. So
yeah. That too, yeah. Mm-hmm. Certain birds obviously draw the crowds, but
yep. We got black-throated blue that night too, so that was cool.
We got those at Pearson too. Remember, that was the first time at least. But yeah,
no, but like at McGee though, it was like golden light and like super close. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Got some close-ups of ruby crown kinglet. Saw quite a few American red starts. Those males are stunning.
Yeah, for sure.
Warbling vireo, black and white though. Ugh.
Yeah,
dude.
We got to watch it crawl up and down a tree like a nuthatch, as they're famous to do. It was really cool.
Just the amount, like that little, like kind of like with the Pathonotary earlier in the day, it's like just this one little bird, a couple minutes of time, and like the amount of variety of compositions and like just views of it were stunning. Like I got some of it like front lit and it's like off, like just right on the tree there, and I got some where it's like it looks. I like these photos better, but like it's like, what do you call it? Like the tree is one half of the frame and it's off to the side. If that makes sense. Like and the light hits its face, like just cool looking, and then like the background's of course out of focus, like that's just awesome. Really cool stuff like that. Yeah, and like, yeah, it's just that's a cool warbler that I feel like probably gets a little underappreciated just because the color is black and white. Of course, it's not really like a bright orange or yellow, I guess, but they're still really really stunning to see. Mm-hmm. And probably one of the easier ones I would imagine. I would argue to like identify and see, I guess. They are just skulking along the trees, and I mean their plumage is indistinguishable. Really, I can't think of anything to compare it to.
No, there's nothing. Like nothing really close to it at all. Really.
Not even like a blackpoll, which I never saw, which is annoying. But
I do know it was there. We missed it, unfortunately. Yeah.
It's a bummer, but yeah. And then black-throated blue, like you said, and then we actually exited, and it was getting to the evening light. And there's white crown sparrows that you pointed out. They're just like right in the parking lot, like on some felled tree trunks. Really cool.
Yeah, I got some good shots of that actually.
Yeah, same here. It's like just really neat, and like if you didn't point them out, I never would have saw them. Like I don't know why they're just blending in so well, and like honestly, they were like one of the few birds that didn't like cross my mind that I would see. That's just like because I just think of them as like a winter bird for something or like a spring, earlier in the spring I'll say, but.
Yeah, it was awesome. Really. We got some I remember actually getting some weird looks, like why are you shooting these? Like I don't know. But I was like
really?
Yeah, there's one group that's like, I don't know, like they kind of muttered like why are they shooting those? But for me at least, I mean, I haven't seen those since I went to California, like because they're migratory where I live. And you don't see them often. So it was great to photograph, and they're beautiful sparrows for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I think from there, you and I were both like just talking up places to go maybe for the evening, and we went back to Metzger for about. I think we had a little bit more time than the first night. Uh, I think it was like just an extra hour and a half or something. So yeah, we went there for sunset. Instantly had blue wing teal. I got some okay shots, but just wasn't that good. It was great light. Composition was great. My focus was a little off for some reason.
Oh no.
But it was just a little bit. But like it was just, I think it's enough. I can kind of save it. But like, it's just tough getting to these guys close because kept because because remember like once again we're walking along the dike. I think you pointed them out, a pair of them. I was like, okay, cool. Let's focus on this for now. We got down like to the edge of the water, which is like downhill on the dike. Tried to get like kind of blend in a little bit. I was wearing some camouflage for once on the trip because like the wind was pretty harsh that night, and like just trying to get some shots. And we creep up a little bit closer, and like they just were skirting away ever more slowly. Like it was just tough,
well, I mean, it was Ottawa, so or no, it was Metzger, but it kind of fed into Ottawa, so that area is hunted.
Yeah.
Pretty heavily. Not in the season we were there, so. I mean, they probably thought we were going to shoot them, honestly. So,
yeah.
But even with that, blue wing teal are some of those skittish ducks. Like, even in urban parks, for me at least, they'll fly away instantly. So
that and wood ducks. I think most of the wood ducks I heard were flying away. Like I heard them flying away.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I remember at McGee, I'm just like people are like pointing cameras at like it was like right next to the bald eagle nest, the one that's like still prominent there. Like you can get pretty good looks at it, I'll say, but like I just like was bidding through looking at trees and stuff up there like near the nest, and I'm like, oh, there's just a wood duck like perched up like 60 feet up high in a tree.
Yeah,
I mean it's not
not
atypical,
photos,
but I was just like,
but like it was cool. Yeah, it's weird to see ducks up that high, but that is the wood duck behavior, and that's what makes them unique.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but
that was pretty much it for that night. I did some landscapes for once in my life. It's been a while.
We kind of, we kind of like I don't know. It's like the last night we had together. I think shooting together, and it was just like we were mixing things up. So like. You were doing some landscapes, like really cool looking stuff. I was kind of jealous, to be honest.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
like,
gonna be posting those fairly soon, I think. Yeah.
I left. Yeah, those are awesome. And then I left my wide angle in the car, so I was like, shoot, I wish I brought it, but I'd be stealing your comp. Like, but
and
no,
I did my intentional camera movement dance, so that was fun.
That was funny, and I actually
got some love on social media for that. Definitely not hate. No, definitely not.
Lots of karma and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We should post as a YouTube short. That'd be funny.
Should. That'd be great. I'm gonna. Yeah, you know what?
Or a reel.
No, I'll do that. I'll do that to promote the second episode. That video.
Yeah, there you
whatever
go.
is out now. Yeah.
And like while you're doing that, I was actually taking some ICM of the sunset, and then I only had my telephoto with me, so I was shooting it all. I pretty much shot most of the trip with that lens alone, but I started getting really abstracty because I just kind of do that, and the lighting was cool. And I started getting these like cool ripply looking like texture shots, if that makes sense, of like the sunlight, I guess, reflecting in the water. It's just like I don't know how to describe it, but like it looks really crazy and weird, but I love it. So like I took so many of that.
It was like a film photographer style almost. I really liked it. It was good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's something different. I was like, that was refreshing. Like I love my textures and stuff, but like this was something I've never really quite captured in this way. Never had the opportunity. And I was doing it with the Zoom telephoto, so like it was cropped in, but like just I don't know, it was just fun. And once again, it's just kind of like not that I was sick of birds, but it was just like nice to kind of try something different there for sunset.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, so next morning, got up super early. That was our checkout day from the hotel, so I actually left before Ryan. Because it was my last day, so got the free complimentary breakfast, and I just went straight to the boardwalk, and boom. I mean, that day, really, that was the biggest push of warblers. And, people might think I'd be sad that, like, that's when the warblers arrived, but honestly, like, I was already, like, so content with my shots. Like, this was just kind of like the final icing on the cake. I just really got to fill in the species I didn't get the previous days. So I got good photos of, even before you arrived, Ryan, I got good photos of Blackburnian, bay-breasted, black-throated green, more magnolia photos. I think that's it. Yeah,
I was taking my sweet time, and you're like texting me minute by minute, dude. I just got a frame filling Blackburnian. I just got some magnolias. I just got.
and Cape May too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that bay-breasted, right?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. No, but the
you can't forget those guys. But yeah, you're like texting me all these things. I'm like, all right, I'll be there.
The Blackburnian was definitely the highlight.
Yeah.
Landed right in front of me, clean perch. Oh my God,
dude, that's
crazy.
That was awesome. Yeah, no, I don't blame you, man. I eventually got my life for later in the week, but like, still, you got like those cool shots of it. Like, that's great.
Thank you. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
and then met up with Ryan, and we found even more stuff. So.
Yeah, I got some photos of some killdeer out. Like, kind of, it kind of like dried up more so over the past few days, but like it became basically a mud flat, and like it was an easy spot to see some killdeer. Shorebirds, but like the little killdeer chicks are like running around. And I got some of. There's this one chick that like bunched up into, like the underside of like the mom. I guess it was just like a really cool looking behavior. Like just seeing this like bird, I don't know, just bird behavior. It was really cool to see that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's a
yeah. We scoped all in and everything, and it was awesome. Yeah.
I even forgot to mention from like the other McGee visits, but like there's this green heron nest that's like pretty conspicuous. But like
my God.
I find the same.
Too. What the heck?
I haven't thought about it until now, or looking at my photos, but like this green heron pair would like be in different spots of the marsh like the whole week, but like you could easily see them on the nest too. A lot of the like most times a day.
Yeah.
But I got some good close-ups of them on this particular day, just perched down real low near the water.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was able the first day actually too to get one with a fish in its mouth. Even it was awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Favorite heron right there.
Oh yeah. It's got. I mean, but for me, it's between that and Little Blue. But yeah, both are amazing.
Oh, yeah. I've only seen Little Blue once, but yeah, those are really cool too.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah. I love herons.
They
really get people into photography. Really, bird photography.
Yeah, Great Blue heron was my spark bird.
Yeah.
One of several, but that was the one of the sparks. But
yep.
Anyways, I got a few palm warbler shots, pretty close up, kind of high up in the tree, but like still like close enough to eye level. Lots of I think they're painted turtles or midland or map turtles. I don't know my turtles.
I don't think they were painted, but
okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you think they're map turtles then?
I think so.
They're like stretched across the log. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Identify them. But yeah, they're all on the log there. And then probably I think this like last thing really was when you and I departed was this eastern screech owl. That's like so cool to see that.
Yeah, it was funny. Too. I was tired. I was ready to go, and then there's a screech owl. It was crazy.
You're about. I know you're like I'm about ready to go, man. I said I'd be here all day, but I want to go.
Yeah, I was really happy. I was content. You know, I got
I get it. Yeah.
Everything I wanted, and then. Finally, screech owl. It was awesome. I've really been doing an owl tour this year. I don't even like go after owls, but this year I've been able to see great horn, barred, snowy, burrowing, and screech now, and I'm gonna see and short-eared. So I'm gonna see more in Alaska too, probably. So it's just like I'm kind of doing the owl tour. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. The owl tour.
Yeah,
that's cool though. And this was a gray morph, so it's like. They just blend in so well with this tree, but it was just sticking its head out. I got some shots of it, like with its eye peering open and then fully closed.
Yes.
It's just like right in front of your face, eye level.
And I did Ryan's favorite thing. I did some vertical compositions. Believe it or not, he reformed me. Not? Yeah.
Because I told you if you don't, you're gonna kick yourself.
I'm telling you. I know.
And then all of mine were vertical from that moment. Just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then that's I think you and I departed, or you departed from there.
Yeah, so I'll just let you continue on here, and just go in the rest of your trip.
I'll keep it brief.
Okay.
Because we're almost the end of the part 2, but basically from here, I planned this out ahead of time. I did lots of research, and I chose 3 campsites for the next couple nights. So I stayed until basically the end of Friday. And I just camped at some local Toledo metro parks. Shout out to them. They were great. Having campfire, cook some. I was basically more on the road versus the hotel. So tent camping. But I stayed at a few places. Probably the biggest example is Oak Openings, which I got great sleep there. Like I don't get much good sleep outside, honestly, but I was like really just loving it there. I don't know. It's just a nice scenic place. I did lots of hiking. I still visited like the same places. Like I went back to Ottawa, did my own wildlife drive, got some cool like wide angle, if you want to call it that, like of some turtles out in like the open. Ooh. Got some beautiful frame fillers of the trumpeters. Saw a crap ton of common gallinals, which is awesome.
Oh, really? Nice.
Canada geese, goslings. I'm just rattling off stuff here. Yeah, just lots of cool stuff over that trip, or I mean that part of the trip, that is. And yeah, I was still visiting McGee like once a day just because you kind of have to. You're in the area. It's like, it's a given. Yeah, and then went back to Howard a little bit. And all the while I'm doing this, I'm filming on location videos, so those will eventually be up. That's kind of why I'm just going over this quickly, because that'll tell more of the story, I guess. Nice. Got some of like barn swallows. I mean, just lots of stuff. Osprey. I finally got frame fillers and magnolia warblers that were actually at Metzger, of all places. That was pretty cool. Swanson's thrush. I got lots of close-ups of those on some logs, kind of like in sunset dish light. That was really cool. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, but I got the Kirtlands too. Did get that.
That's awesome.
I was really bummed you didn't get it, but I think it was Thursday. So we both arrived Friday, that previous Friday. This was Thursday,
gone.
So it was,
yeah.
You were already gone for a few days. I was like sunburnt. I was wearing my sandals. I didn't shower for a few days straight. I was like, but I was just running off the high, man. I was just like, I'm eating up every second of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, for those of you who don't know in the audience, I had graduation, so like I couldn't stay, but like next year,
you wanted
like,
to.
I'm totally after my finals, I'm staying up there as long as I can. Like, I totally wanted to. Yeah. It's just graduation's the one thing you can't miss. So.
No, I get it. It happens once, so I don't blame you. Yeah. Biggest week will be back, so totally understandable. Oh, yeah. But yeah, this Kirtlands was the second to last night. I was at McGee, of course, and I was walking. I was actually checking out that screech owl spot again, and it left, I guess, probably that same day that we saw it, 2 days prior. And I was walking along that trail because there's a lot more to that, like estuary Crane Creek Trail. And like the best way to hear about sightings there is just word of mouth. So I heard some people, and they pointed out to me as I'm walking past them, like, there's a Kirtlands, they said, over there. And I saw this big group of people, like 20 strong. And I was like, well, I got to go. This obviously means I got to go. It was like evening light. My photos were okay. It's kind of like backlit, but not how I kind of like wanted it. But like I got enough close looks, got some photos that clearly identify it. And I was like, and I texted you. I was just like, man, I wish you could see this, dude. I can't believe I just got a Kirtlands. Yeah. It's like, this is sick. And it was just like such a great like near the end experience to get that, because it's like, for a lot of people, that's kind of like the holy grail, I guess, of like McGee and just migration up there. It's like, it's one of the rare warblers.
Yeah, like the really experienced birds,
endangered.
They come up there just for that bird, or just for that, and like the golden wing. You know, it's like just a couple birds, really.
Yeah, and I did see a golden wing too. I think that same day or the next day.
Nice.
Something like that, but like I said, it's blurring together. But
did you see a Wilson?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, actually, it was. Nice. It was during it was earlier in the week. Yeah, it was at McGee, of course.
Where was I?
You weren't with me at that moment. Okay. It was like a Monday or Tuesday, but I didn't get any shots of it, if I recall. But yeah, so the Kirtlands was cool. My campsite that night was really cool. So I went to that campsite smiling widely. I'm just like, dude, this is so sick. Like, this last day better be good too, or else what, you know. And it was like a cool campsite by like the river, and I just was like cooking sandwiches. And it was just like I was like, this is so fun, man. Just this whole week's been awesome, and it was just a good time. Yeah, and then like that last day, got some like common nighthawks sleeping out in the open on trees. People are like pointing those out to me. Gray catbirds, like frame filling, really just beautiful portraits of them. I went back to Mommy that last morning, like late morning, and there's like some screech owls people are pointing out, red morphs at that, and some owlets like nearby. Yeah, dude, on the boardwalk there. Yeah, just cool stuff. some eastern kingbirds, some rose-breasted grosbeak, females, which those grosbeaks in particular became more prevalent throughout the week. I feel like they got much more stronger. It was midday on that Friday, that last day. I was on my own once again, but like I had 2 goals to go to Howard one more time, and I said I'm going to see a yellow-headed blackbird finally, and a black neck stilt, because I saw people kept saying there was there. I got both of them and photos. Well, the blackbird was pretty cool photos. I think got a lot of shots of that because I kept pushing for it, not trying to hurt the bird or scare it, but like I was just like really trying to get shots of it. And then the stilt, which was like such a cool find, I only got through my spotting scope, just like using my phone, so nothing really to write home about, but it was like still a lifer nonetheless. And then went back to McGee, I think. I've been bouncing around a lot, but got chestnut sighted, lots of those, got some cool photos of those. Bathonotary was like right in front of my face, got lots of those. There was a red bat that was out in the open. It's pretty cool. Everyone kept like looking at it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's some raccoons actually like across from it, like up in a tree, and they kept like crawling back into these holes and stuff. It was just neat stuff going on. And then like it was sunset, and I was like, all right, just saying goodbye to McGee one last time. It's just like got some cool photos. It's a nice time out. And I just did like a landscape shoot at Marblehead Lighthouse, so it's a little bit of a drive out from there, but like it was like packed with people, but I got some shots of there, and just the blue hour and with the moon rising next to it. So, and then I drove home, and I got home at like 1:30 in the morning. I was exhausted. I almost crashed because I almost fell asleep like 50 times. Oh, I'm safe. But it was not a smart move.
I'm going to be honest, on the way home for me too, even though it was broad daylight, I was dozing quite a bit. Like I was like, dude, eyes up and down. Yeah.
I was bouncing heads, and like there's a few times where I'm like, dude, I shifted lanes, which luckily it was past like midnight, so no one was really out, even on the highways. But like I was like, I should have just parked on the side or got something to eat. Even I was just like, once I was done. I was just like, all right, I want to go home. Like I don't care. Yeah. Like I just want to go home, no matter how tired. Like 4 hours of sleep and like.
Yeah, I mean, I had the same thing. I was going to spend the night at my grandparents' house again. I just drove the whole way home.
Yeah.
I got stuck in a 4.5 turned into 7 hours because of traffic. It was crazy.
But what?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, yeah.
Whoa.
So Cincinnati was really bad. So I hit it right at rush hour. And then as I almost got to my exit, but there was a car crash blocking the entire exit. I was stuck in that for an hour right by my house. But it was worth it to spend one extra night, like get one night in my bed, one more night. It was nice. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean that's kind of like my leg of the trip. Like I said, like just shameless plug, but check out my YouTube channel soon, probably after this releases, and I should have some of those.
Yeah, and we'll link all those on location down below too. So
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So and that'll tell more in depth in the moment. That is. Not my fuzzy brain as it is now, like a week or two later. But
yep. And I think I'm gonna be putting out something as well. Just kind of more of a photo-centric recap of Biggest Week. So got some video clips for that. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm bummed I didn't fly my drone at all, but like I did get some good GoPro and some B-roll of wildlife and just different stuff. So yeah, lots of content, of course, but yeah.
Next year, I think we'll hit it even harder. Like I think, I'm gonna be there as long as I said. I think my plan is, as of right now, is to do Biggest Week and then go to Indiana Dunes, like do back to back, if I can handle it. Yeah, I think that could be really cool.
You better.
Yeah, yeah, and
dude, that'd be sick. No, you should do it. It'd be cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure at McGee, Ryan and I, we're making big moves. I'm sure we'll have some cool stuff to do there. Maybe even something podcast related with like you guys.
You know what?
Because actually, a lot of our listeners did go to the boardwalk. So yeah.
Yeah, and we pass out business cards. Let's put on the record. We're gonna have something going on there, podcast related.
Oh
be cool to look back on.
For sure.
Let's just say it now. See what happens.
We're going big places. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you guys once again for all your support.
Yeah.
I mean, really,
Is there any?
it was a big investment for Ryan and I to go, but part of the reason we justified it, both of us, is all the podcast content, all the networking.
Oh yeah.
On top of we didn't even talk about that. We did a bunch of networking, business cards, meeting different people, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. Is there any like lessons or takeaways from the trip? Like anything you'd change or like?
No, I mean, I think, well, the thing I'd change, I like the early birds, but like I said, I'd want to do maybe 2 days of that big push, and then like get everything, like even the rare stuff. But for like, this is my first serious Warbler year, so it's still really good. But next year, I think I definitely need to do that. More video content, but that is hard with all the people. It's hard.
Right.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed hanging out with you. It was awesome, shooting with you all week, and I'm glad we kind of stuck together. It was great. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, you too, man. Yeah, it was great. Like I said, just kind of like seeing how our styles go, because like before that we had like 1 day together, and this is like I think 4 days, and like yeah. I mean, it was just like cool seeing how we both kind of mesh. Like we kind of jabbed each other, but like like the vertical thing, just like different ways we both shoot and styles, and
there were always jokes too. We always cracked jokes. So.
Oh, dude, we always had so much banter.
Yeah. It was like a Thomas Heaton video, or no, it was like a Gavin Hardcastle, Adam Gibbs video for a while. It was good though.
Can I be Adam?
Yeah, you're definitely the Adam Gibbs. Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah, I'm definitely the Gavin Hardcastle. That's yeah.
Oh my god.
It may not come through on the podcast, but in person, I'm definitely Gavin Hardcastle. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I believe it.
Oh yeah.
Can confirm. But yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, like maybe besides like my solo couple days, I definitely did too much hiking in woodland, and like I should have focused on marshes. But like, I mean, other than that, like, and that's still like a good hike, like just enjoyable scenery. But like, I mean, other than that, yeah, I really have no regrets. I wish I saw a hooded warbler. I didn't get to see those for some reason.
Yep, same here. And I think we've both lost our chance, like region wise, to see him this year. So, yeah,
possibly.
Really?
Possibly. I'm not giving up.
Okay.
At the time of this recording, I mean, there's a checklist from yesterday. They're around.
Yeah, I could see one in Alaska. It's probably too western for them.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think it might be outside the range. I don't know, but
no. But I mean, in Alaska though, I'm gonna get Arctic warbler, which that's an Asian one. Yeah. So.
Okay.
And blue throat.
We'll get to that soon.
Yeah.
Here.
So, yeah.
You get your time in the limelight for talking about that whole trip. That's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
I'll be asking you lots about that. Get your perspective.
Yeah, and the time this comes out, actually, I'll already be there. So, yeah, it's coming up. So.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but yeah, this couldn't have gone better. I mean, there's like things that you can nitpick and change, but like honestly, like overall, like pretty darn perfect. Honestly,
yep.
It was awesome.
And we didn't do
everything.
A ton of planning either, and it still worked out really well.
No. Not really. Just kind of showed up.
Yep.
Went to some places.
Looked at the weather. Ate a lot of food because you kind of have to. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Drank a lot of water.
Made some soup one morning. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was just a good time. Yeah,
it was awesome. Wouldn't
have any other way. So yeah, I think with that being said, is there anything else you want to add?
If anybody's at Biggest Week next year, let us know. We definitely want to shoot with any of you guys. Just reach out. So.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll obviously be updating and promoting that when it comes out.
Yeah.
Or I mean, when Biggest Week comes around again.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a presence there, even bigger than this year. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching and listening, everyone.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you so much for watching the All Outdoors Photography Podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and the video version on YouTube as well. You can subscribe down below, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you.